quarterback. He takes the snap, hands off. It's that same play again. Kelly over right tackle. It works again. Good for 5 solid. No, 6 yards to the 41-yard line.
Well, it's sure different than last week, Brother Tom. These Rockets are moving today. 2 field goals
Mr. Hamlin?
Columbo, what is it?
Sure going great guns today, aren't we?
They love it. Go, go.
I'll tell the coach. Kind words from a loyal fan are very rare.
This Ding-a-ling ice cream concession, that's the best in town. Don't ever change that.
All right, Columbo. Now, what do you want?
I've got something to show you, sir. Won't take long. Oh, those shoes feel better. Boy, they're giving me a lot of trouble earlier.
Columbo, I'm trying to watch this game. What is it?
You know you did the same thing the first time I came in here? Last Sunday. I guess that's what started me wondering.
I did what?
You turned the radio down, but not quite off. When I told you that Eric Wagner was dead. It's all right. I do the same thing. You know, when I'm listening to the game and my wife interrupts, I can't help myself. I want to hear that game, and I don't care how important the interruption.
Your wife has my sympathy.
However, when I told you about the fresh water on the decking, when I told you that Eric Wagner might have been murdered, you know what you did? Turn the radio completely off. Well, I thought I struck a chord or something.
No, Columbo, you struck out. Now, will you please go find somebody else to pester?
I won't take long, sir. Actually, I just came here to talk about Miss Ragosi.
Who?
You know, Miss Babcock. That was the lady who kept trying to call you at the house. And then later on, you phoned her from the airport.
What are you talking about?
Well, you did try to call her, didn't you? I mean, you wanted to tell her that be quiet about something like that.
I don't even know anybody named Rock, whatever it is.
Well, I spoke to her last night. And you see, when I saw the type of woman that she was, it suddenly occurred to me why you were in such a hurry to rush out of that house and get to an outside phone. And the only reason that could have been was because you already knew that the phones in that house were bugged. You did know, didn't you?
Wait a minute. You don't seriously expect me to tell you anything now?
I don't expect you to admit anything, sir.
Admit?
But you see, when I saw the type of lady that she was and that she liked to have her bread buttered on both sides, well, she practically admitted it.
I don't believe you. You really something.
And I'm sure Miss Ragosi is going to do a lot more talking when she knows that this is really a murder. And it really is, sir. This is a murder case. There is no question about it. Oh, look, he did it again. I guess you just can't help yourself.
Columbo, I'm going to throw you out of here on your ear.
I wouldn't do that, sir. I mean, you'll miss the best part. You see, I'm not finished. The point is this. Yeah. You see, the point is this. If you knew that house was bugged, then you also knew that you could use those phones to set up your perfect alibi.
What you want to call an alibi is the truth. Why can't you get that?
I knew I had to break that alibi. They're on the 10, sir. Oh, yeah, I knew until I'd broken that alibi, none of these other things would mean much. But now, look, they scored a touchdown.
But now what?
You don't mind listening to last week's game again, do you, sir?
Why?
Well, just by coincidence, happens to be exactly the same time that you made that second phone call to Eric.
Number 45.
Here we go.
Pioneers back in their huddle.
Exactly 2:29. Just a minute or two before he was murdered. You know, I listened to this thing, I can't tell you how many times, over and over again, figuring maybe I'd hear something that shouldn't be there. Some sound that shouldn't be there. An ambulance, a fire truck, like if you were in a phone booth, something.
But you didn't because it isn't there. I made the call from this booth, from that phone.
Hey, kid, I'm sorry. I was a little hard on you. Just call her.
Then it suddenly occurred.
There's no sense in taking 2 cars to the airport.
I had it backwards.
What are you doing now? Playing
Maybe there was a sound that should be
got
there
the radio on here in the box. I guess it's a
wasn't.
little loud. Yeah. So how are my gladiators?
Like what?
Getting murdered.
Something right in front.
Is your head clear yet?
What kind of sound? Oh, shh.
I'm out by the pool now. you in it yet?
Will 20 more laps satisfy you? I told you I'd be ready, didn't I? Now get off my back, Hanlon. Pick me up at 5:30. Got that?
Where the devil is Columbo?
Boy, man.
Why, Mr. Dirk?
Miss Stanhope? Mr. Frame?
Oh, Lieutenant. You're beginning to look exactly like a Londoner.
Oh, you mean this? No, ma'am. No, I just bought this. You see, ever since I've been in London, I've been thinking and thinking what would be the best souvenir to bring back to Los Angeles.
I thought you'd be on your way back home by now.
Right, but I sort of missed the plane. Anyway, it suddenly struck me an umbrella.
Mr. Jones, did someone ask you to invite us here?
What are those curtains doing there? I thought we were going to get to see an exhibit.
Jones?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm dying to see it. After all that silly business we had modeling for it.
There you are, sir. Quite remarkable.
Yes, it is.
Do I really look like that?
Marvelous. Let me tell you, I don't want to repeat myself, but the other night when I saw that performance that you two...
Dirk, will you please explain what we're doing here?
Why don't you ask the tour guide?
Well, what about the other one? Isn't Mr. Havisham ready?
Oh, yes, yes.
Sure you want to see this, too? It's part of the exhibit. Look at that. Boy, isn't that something. Of course, I didn't know him the way you folks did. I guess you were closer to him than anybody.
Poor Roger.
Kind of shakes you, doesn't it? Do you know, they have stuff in the Chamber of Horrors here that actually makes my skin crawl?
Eileen, it's disgusting. Putting him on display.
Oh, listen, I know how you must feel. And I sympathize with you. But you know somebody's been murdered, and you know what they tell me? They tell me folks around here, they kind of enjoy that sort of thing. You want to bet they hang up a figure of Mr. Tanner, too?
Most people, Columbo, have frightful taste, yourself included. And you'll have to excuse us. Come along, Lily.
Not just yet, sir.
Well, if you think we're going to play some sort of charade with this ridiculous...
See, Mr. Frame, I'm always getting you angry. I'm sorry about that. It must be my accent or something. But I wanted you here because I wanted you to help me prove something. I think I'll get rid of this. I don't think Mr. Tanner killed anybody like the newspapers are saying. I think it was you.
Oh, Lieutenant, just when I was beginning to like you.
This is going to sound silly, but Sir Roger, he was killed someplace else, and his body was moved later on. And if I can only prove where it was that he drove that night, prove who it was that he went to see, then everything will start falling into place.
Well, he did not come to see us. Now, how many times?
No, sir, not to your dressing room in the theater. It was to yours. That's where the umbrellas come in. I guess umbrellas are the kind of thing that I can understand. You know, I've been watching people to see what they do with umbrellas when they come in out of the rain. They close the umbrella. They give it a shake like this, and they find someplace to lean it against. But they never fasten this strap because then it won't dry properly.
Fascinating.
There's only one problem with that. Sometimes things drop in. Almost anything can drop in. So I got to thinking, if maybe that's what Sir Roger did with his umbrella, and something dropped into it that night, well, then maybe, got these things here somewhere. Just give me a moment, would you? Oh, forgive me. Amazing likeness, isn't it? Where was I? Oh, yes. Ma'am, the other night I stepped on a pearl in your dressing room. I have some more just like it. I got it from your costumer. She says she makes them.
Oh, yes.
Well, maybe, if the necklace was broken in a fight, like you said.
But That was Nicky and I.
Jones, bring us that umbrella, would you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, there's a chance, a pretty good chance, that if the fight was with Sir Roger...
No, it wasn't.
Well, there's no point speculating. Mr. Jones, could we move back just a little, give the gentleman room? Mr. Jones, would you open the umbrella, sir?
Why, it's the same. Exactly the same.
Well, ma'am?
Sir?
Sir. Sir. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. And tomorrow.
Nicky, stop it. He put it there. Can't you see before we came? He put it there.
Jones, has anybody but you touched that umbrella?
No, sir. I'll testify to that.
Then he must have done it when we weren't looking. Oh, Nicky, please.
Lighted? Fools.
He was mad, don't you see?
Yes.
He didn't know what he was doing.
I know he didn't.
And Sir Roger, that was my fault.
I understand.
It was an accident. I swear it.
Struts.
Oh, Mr. Dad.
His hour. Up in the
Don't be
stage
too
and
hard
then
on Nicky.
turn no more.
You must try to understand.
It is.
Yes, well, I think we can settle all this at the yard. Smythe, will you take over, eh?
Very good, sir. And Fiore. Tomorrow. And tomorrow.
More suture, please. Clamp. All right, he's all yours. Now take it slow and be careful. All right.
Please pardon the interruption. I'm Lieutenant Columbo, police. Some of these gentlemen are doctors. I know this is unorthodox, but we do have a search warrant. Just bear with us for a moment. Be sure to check out everything, the attendants, everything on this table, and the patient, too. You better get him to the recovery room.
Lieutenant, what is this little drama all about?
You just replaced a valve on Dr. Heidemann, is that right?
That's correct.
Then you had to replace the sutures. I think our lab should take a look at those old sutures.
I don't have to stand for this.
I'm sorry, Doctor. You can't leave just yet.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. In the middle of a surgical area? I suppose you realize that your superiors will be hearing from the Board of Medicine.
This will just take a moment. You'll have to be searched. Flores?
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Anything, Doctor?
Oh, nothing. Thank you, Miss Morgan.
What about it, Doctor?
I kept watch as you asked, Lieutenant. Now, it wasn't a false move. You didn't leave the sutures you're looking for in the patient. I just checked out the tray. They all look like permanent, acceptable sutures to me.
Lieutenant, nothing. We turned that room inside out. I mean, inch by inch. Sergeant Latman and those other doctors went over the operating table, the patient. Nothing's gone in or out of there without it being searched with a magnifying glass. No suture.
Thank you.
You look a little dismayed, Lieutenant. Now, if it's not asking too much, do you mind if I continue with my day's work?
It certainly looks like it's one on me, doesn't it? You know, I really believed it all fit together. All the pieces, everything, the killing of the nurse, everything. Well, it goes to show you, Doc. Maybe I've been at this job too long. Okay. You win. You're finally rid of me.
You'll be all right, Lieutenant. I'm sure you'll find others to harass.
So long, Doc. You know, in a way, I have to congratulate you. Up until now, you really had me going. I mean, here you are, you're a surgeon, a man that's got to be cool. Even when you're angry, you're controlled. You never lose yourself. That's why it struck me funny when you blew up in the operating room and you grabbed me and pushed me. I mean, you know, there was only one thing we didn't search. You know what it was? It was me.
What is it, Lieutenant?
I didn't realize that you were in the middle of this. I'll wait till later. I don't want to disturb you.
You do that. And it's made. Now, what were you saying, Lieutenant?
Oh, I don't want to throw your concentration, sir.
Not a chance.
Well, why don't you make your next move?
No, please, go on.
Well, the game that I'm really concerned about is the game that you had with Dudek in the French restaurant. You see, everything is motive, sir. If you had lost that game to Dudek...
I told you, Lieutenant, I didn't lose. I also told you that Linda Robinson would confirm that. Rook takes pawn.
But you see, sir, that's only what you said, and technically that's hearsay. She wasn't actually there.
Lieutenant, I have 10 games going at once. Loath as you are to rely on hearsay, I suggest you judge for yourself my humble abilities. Ah, I see you've put yourself in the same pickle as Alekin in one of his matches against Nimzovich in 1914.
There's that memory again. That's really amazing. I really mean that.
Rook to King Bishop. Mistake, my friend. You fell into the trap. There. Now, I want you to think about that. And if you'd like to have some supper this evening, I suggest that you resign.
Well, you certainly are proving it, sir. There's no question about it.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant. Capablanca used to play 30 opponents simultaneously. In 1922, Frank Marshall played 155 games simultaneously and lost only 8. 1 week later, he replayed every single move of 153 games perfectly.
What I meant, sir, is that you're proving your ability to memorize Dr. Jelnick's medication list with only a glance or two. That's an amazing thing to be able to do.
No, another 2 moves and you're... Oh, I see. All right, let's try that. There. Now you work on that. What are you talking about, Lieutenant? What glance or 2? Are you trying to imply that I copied Jelnick's medication list? That's not only reaching, it's defamatory. Check.
No, sir, I said memorize. I didn't say copied. You brought that up. But come to think of it, you know, maybe that's what you were doing. You remember when I saw you in the hospital? You were sitting there and you were writing. Maybe you were copying.
You're absurd.
Excuse me, Mr. Clayton, sir. Could you...
Certainly.
About your pen, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Clayton.
Sir,
Thank you.
About your pen, do you remember when you left it in the hospital on the seat and I came running after you to return it?
Check.
Well, I took the liberty...
New game.
Yes, sir.
I took the liberty before I ran after you with the pen to scribble with it on some paper.
Well, that's very clever of you, Lieutenant.
The boy down there at the lab, he tells me it's definitely the same ink and possibly the very same pen that Mr. Dudek used to write his farewell note with.
Innuendo, insinuation, circumstantial trivia.
That could be true, sir, but if you put it all together, maybe the grand jury will feel differently.
Do you really think that the finest chess player in the world would make even half the mistakes that you ascribe to me?
Mr. Clayton, sir? I'm afraid that's check and mate, sir.
What?
Just a foolish blunder could happen to anybody.
All right, now. Prove it to me. Prove it. Prove something. Prove it.
What the devil is this place?
Well, this is the basement, sir, and this equipment here is the latest thing in clean environment. Takes bottles, cans, all kinds of garbage and crushes them up. Now, Mr. Clayton, right there at the top of the stairs, that's where Dudek fell. Hit the chute, slid down, came to this machinery. Now, if you were the murderer...
Will you give me proof, Lieutenant?
I didn't say you were the murderer. I said if you were the murderer. Wait, listen. It could have passed for a terrific accident.
Where is your proof, Lieutenant?
It could have been a perfect murder.
Will you give me the proof?
Can you read my lips now? Mr. Clayton, I wanted to tell you that this machine turns itself off automatically. That's why Dudek wasn't killed. When he fell, machine just shut off.
Will you stop this rambling conjecture and get out of my way? Why are you detaining me, Lieutenant?
It would be easier if I did not have to shout, but the damn machine!
Well, turn the damn thing off!
Tell you what bothered me. What bothered me was if someone pushes a man into a grinding machine in order to kill him and the machine suddenly stops, why doesn't he turn the machine back on again? The switch is right over there. Then I remembered that you told me that your hearing aid went out the night before, and you only got it fixed the next morning. Now I understand. You didn't turn it back on again because you never knew it was off. You didn't hear it go off then, just like you didn't hear it go off now. I'm sorry, Mr. Clayton, but along with all the other trivial evidence that we've talked about, the murderer in this case just had to be a deaf man.
Columbo, you're marvelous. You're absolutely bizarre.
Mr. Paris, would you lift me out of the tub?
What do you mean, lift you out of the tub?
Yes, sir, if you could please try. I'll stay just like this.
Well, I could try, yes.
Thank you very much. Just try, and I'll stay just like this.
Let's see. Oh, you can't get any leverage. Wait. I can't. It must be the angle.
That's right, sir. That is perfectly right. And you'll notice, sir, that I'm perfectly dry. I'm not even slippery. I mean, I have my clothes on. And you still could not lift me out of the tub. Officer, no. I'll do that in a moment.
Do you intend to demonstrate drowning yourself for us, Lieutenant?
No, sir, but I think I can demonstrate is that your uncle could have died from an electrical shock without showing any marks of burns or anything like that. Now, let's see. Officer, would you turn off that water, please? You see, I'm not exactly sure. I think everybody should stand back for a moment. I'm not overly expert on electrical equipment. Oh. All right. Now, suppose Mr. Paris was in that bathtub there, and somebody came walking in, you see. Officer, would you turn on that light, please?
Lieutenant, are you suggesting that someone just sauntered into the bathroom carrying an electric mixer?
Well, I'm just using this mixer. I mean, anything electrical is what I'm trying to show. Now, here we go.
Cannot supersede.
Oh. Very quickly now. We should all go very quickly now. Left. Bear left. This is a pretty old house here, as you know, and when they have those old-type fuses, the screw-in kind, right here.
Lieutenant?
Yes, sir. Just bear with me for a moment, will you? All right, Lou. "67 seconds exactly.
Fascinating. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Paris. I think you did know that.
Know what?
Well, you see, sir, you know what bothered me? Right from the beginning, it bothered me how the murderer got into the house after Mrs. Peck switched on the burglar alarm.
Well, someone was here shortly before the incident, as I recall, Lieutenant. Come off it, Norman. I said I left the house, and I left the house. Mrs. Peck saw me.
It would have been necessary for someone to let the murderer in. Somebody already in the house who could turn off the burglar alarm.
Well, that lets me off, I guess, huh?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Paris. Instead of leaving the house, you stayed around and you turned off the burglar alarm at the right moment.
Mrs. Peck, did you or did you not see me drive out of here, wave goodbye, honk my horn?
No, sir. She didn't see you. She saw him. I think you had on the same clothes as your brother, Mr. Paris. I think it was you that drove out and then came back later when your brother let you in.
Are you nuts? I resent defamation, Lieutenant.
You said you two never talked, except about that agreement. Well, I guess you had to say that in order to keep the guessing game going. But you know, that's what nailed you down. I called the telephone company. They told me that you two have talked maybe 20 times in the last 10 days.
You're saying they killed their uncle? These boys wouldn't do such a thing.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peck, but I think this time they needed each other so much that they both did something very bad. See? 67 seconds. 67. Took us 67 seconds to get down here and replace that fuse. But Mrs. Peck's television set was only out for 15 seconds. There had to be somebody else waiting down here to replace that fuse. And somebody had to help lift the body out of the bathtub. One man couldn't have done that alone. And then dried him off with that wet towel I found, and then put him in a sweatsuit, let alone carry him down the stairs.
Stop it!
It's all right, Mrs. Peck. What's done is done. What's obvious is obvious. I'm just sorry that you had to be here.
Shut up!
Okay, gents.
Just one more thing.